It's good, y'all. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm filming this on Saturday. Hopefully I can upload it on Sunday. Today we'll be trying out a new base. I think it came out a couple months ago. My good buddy, Aaron, he sent me a sample. It's by Holy Cow. It's called Sans Parfum. I think sans means like omit or without perfume or fragrance. So it's basically Holy Cow's new vegan base. I haven't looked at the ingredients, but I'll probably post it in the description. We're loaded up in my Razor Rock lathering bowl. So I spread it out evenly. So hopefully we got enough soap in here. We'll be all right. And then I'll be trying out another piece of gear my buddy sent me. The Trafalgar T3 synthetic brush. I believe it's a 28 millimeter. I think the T2 is just a smaller version, 26 maybe. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Sorry, when I was applying the soap, gotta wrap my hand as usual. So we're just gonna load the brush here. I'm gonna try not to turn this into a bowl lather. I might as well show you guys me loading the brush. I'm not gonna turn this into a bowl lather. I'm gonna try to load from the bowl and then try to do a face lather because I just prefer face lathering. I know it's a hot debate and it's not really the intention of this video, bowl lathering versus face lathering. I say do what works for you, but for me, I feel like it's easier to dial in the lather when I use face because I can feel the resistance of the brush and the lather, and yeah. Cool. I think it's loaded up. I don't know how. I haven't used Synths in a while. I typically use my Omega Evo. I'll probably compare it to that in a future shave. I just want to make sure it's loaded up. It's starting to produce a lather actually, which is not my intention. A little bit pasty, but I think we loaded up enough, right? I'm just gonna set that down. Kind of just paint this on the face, I guess. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. I'll be using my, sorry, it's just like driving me nuts right now. I'll be using my Feather Artist Club Camisori with a Kai Captain Mild Pink blade. First impressions of this knot from Trafalgar. Interesting. So far, I'm probably going to make a comparison to the Omega Evo, probably, because those are like the two most popular synthetics right now from, bigger companies, excluding, like smaller artisans. So, by the way, the strength on this scentless soap, the scent of the base that is, it's kind of minimal. When I first applied it to the face, I smelled it, but now it's like almost gone completely. So yeah, off the bat, I realized that this is a little bit easier to spray than the Evo, but it seems less dense. And I don't know if this is I don't know if this is exclusive to this specific Trafalgar brush or all of them. But this one has a glue bump in it, and I can really feel it. When I spray it, it's like right here. It's like boom. I feel like glue bump, and it kind of bothers me. But as you can see, it doesn't affect the latherability at all. It's kind of like a minor gripe. But it's also, what, $25 or something? It's pretty inexpensive. And I'd say the backbone is like about midpoint, a little bit less than the Omega. But yeah, the backbone's fine. I think the only thing that really bothers me is that glue bump, and then I'm not sure if this is dialed in or not because I never used this base before. So I'll add a little bit more water because I'm used to Badgers, and the Badgers hold more water than synthetics, of course. So maybe I have to apply a little bit more water than I usually do. All right, should be all right. I'm just gonna paint in some water in a minute. Double sides, boom. Yeah, so I like the way I lather. I just like to agitate, add some air, give it some volume, and then finish up with some painting with some water. As you guys know, it's kind of what I do, how I do it, and it works for me. Sorry, I got lather everywhere. All right, cool. I'm just feeling it feels slick. I mean, I would hope so. All right, let me go back to my alum. We'll get into the first pass. So last time, hold on, let me start the pass and start talking again. Might be a little bit underhydrated here. The residual isn't too great right now. It's probably underhydrated. I used a lot of soap. It's all good. I'll do that on the second pass. I think it's good enough. Serviceable. In my experience with vegan soaps, I find that they're easier to lather, unless it's like CK6, which is kind of easy to lather, but it's easy to overload, and that base can take a shit ton of water. So in a way, it's not easy. It's not easiest. So that's like the only exception of a base where I'm just like, maybe that one's not as easy to lather, but this one seemed easy enough. Razor feels smooth on the face. We do have hair in the sink. I'm trying to really practice stretching my skin more because I don't do it enough. I just forget. Sweet. So the first time I used this blade on this razor, like this is my third shave on it. First time was great. I used like a different blade. I forgot. It might have been a Schick. It was on video, so that's all I know. I used it a second time off video, and it was a pretty bad shave. These Captain Mild Titan Pinks, they're crazy sharp on the first shave, and it just cut me up really bad. Like I had a ton of nicks. They're just super sharp. I mean, so far though, so good. I'm literally approaching the shave the same way I did last shave, and it's already better. I don't know if that's the soap or the blade just needed one use on it. These Artist Club blades, they're thicker, and I believe they're sharper. A little bit better longevity. But some people, they still prefer the DEs. It's kind of like preference, no wrong or right here. I think I prefer Artist Club blades for sure, but the razors available for these Artist Club blades are limited. I'm not really a fan of like the ATT design or the Mongoose. I like the Blackland design, but it's not perfect. Paradigm is not perfect. Everything kind of has its pros and cons, and there's just less options available. Buffing seems to be okay. Yeah, slicks is actually not that bad. So far, so good. It's not wowing me like right off the bat. It doesn't have that same luxurious face feel as like Sierra, but maybe it's not meant to. That's not really a fair comparison, you know? The one base that did really impress me that was vegan was that shaving butter I recently tried from A&E. That was really cool. It's literally like if I did a blind test and used it, I couldn't tell, like I could not tell it was vegan. It had like the feel of like a tallow base on my face. This one seems to be good so far. Yeah, and what better test than to use a Chevette versus a safety razor that makes it real easy. Not that Chevettes are super hard either, but you know, it requires more attention. Straight razors too, they require more attention. A little bit more technique involved versus D's. So I'm kind of gonna go across the grain here, constantly going back to the alum, just so I could, you know, skin stretch whenever I can. Yeah, this blade is just much smoother on the second shave versus the first. Yep. I thought I had lost my touch, but so far so good. Sweet. Yeah, after a while it just gets easier. Like if I did this for a month straight again, I'd be a pro, but like, man, I just like variety. Like most of you guys gravitate towards what you like. And I just, right now, I just prefer DEs, man. Something about it. Blades are cheaper. They're just like, if there was probably more Artist Club razors available, like safety razors, I'd be all over them. Like ones that intrigue me rather. I was supposed to go across the grain, wasn't I? Oops. Siri on my watch is going off here. Really hard to find a place to skin stretch. People on the side have been telling me to skin stretch more. There you go. Yeah, that really is key. Angle, amount of pressure, and skin stretching really is the key. It's really not that hard. It's just got to pay attention to it, and yeah. Face feels pretty good. Feels soft on the face, you know. One blade versus, you know, your typical cartridge. It's a lot less taxing on the face unless you're buffing like crazy. I'm probably gonna do, we're pretty close actually. I might do a cleanup pass, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna, I think any more water and I'll probably dry out this soap even though I loaded heavy. It's starting to thin out a bit. Yeah. So I'm just gonna paint this on and then kind of feel around. And then we'll call it a shave, guys. Man, I feel like unscented is kind of boring. Like I've never tried it. Like I have a few unscented soaps, but I typically use them to supplement with other soaps. Because it's just fun that way, and I kind of like my lather a certain way. Most times I don't really care. But yeah, I have them. Never know. Sweet. Very nice. Try left hand. But yeah, I feel like it could be a little bit boring, but I'm into fragrance a little bit more now than I used to be, and sometimes the soap scent could get in the way of the fragrance you want to wear that day. So it's definitely nice to have. For a vegan base, this is pretty good. It's got great slickness. Density is not amazing. I think I prefer, what's it called? Nye base and the A&E. The shaving butter. Those are the two best one, like my two favorites that I've used so far. Ooh, I did get a nick. I'm just gonna go across a little bit here. I don't want to push it too much. Very nice. All right, I'm not going to push it too much, but to kind of show you guys, I'm not aimlessly buffing for no reason. You can kind of see the hair and the lather there. All right, let me do a cold water rinse and then we'll call it. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean, base is plenty fine. It's pretty good. You can definitely tell this is like an artisan base. Nice post shave though. Wow, really good like all holy cow stuff. Great post shave. I haven't tried the other unscented soap, the other vegan base from, not unscented, the other vegan from Holy Cow. They have like a Sierra, and then they have like the $22 vegan, and then there's the Sans Parfum. It's like a separate thing. So the ingredients are different. They're a different base. I don't know why he came out with it. But yeah, it's solid. It's one of the better ones I've tried for sure. But yeah, I mean, everything's good nowadays, I guess. Right? Interesting brush. The glue bump bothers me. It doesn't feel all that luxurious in the face. It's just, it's like, it's good, but it's not bad. It's like, sorry, it's not good, but it's not bad. You know, it's like kind of middle of the road for me. The backbone's good on it, but the glue bump bothers me, but it does split easily. So that's like a real plus on this brush. Flow through is fine, just like all synthetics, of course. Yeah, doesn't hog the lather. Does the job fine. So that's kind of like how I feel about it. I kind of prefer the Evo, I think, so far. I'd probably take this over my Razor Rock synthetic. That one's a little bit too floppy. A lot of them are either floppy or too stiff, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. For the post shave, what am I going to use? I have this laying around, A&E post shave serum. I'm just going to put one, maybe dip my fingers in some water, one squirt. But yeah, man, great shave. No nicks. If you want to count that one, you could barely even see. Then if you don't want to count that, then 0 nicks. Did some buffing. No irritation, really. Soap did fine. Much better outing with the Camisori. But yeah, that's it for the shave, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.